People. Check in. You already know what it is, man. It's Francis from Next Up Sports Talk, and we're here to talk about football, specifically the JPL Vere United Football Club. Got their first win of the season against Molines United at a score of 3-1. At a score of 3-1. You heard me right. Big shout out to Vere United after the first week in the JPL. They got a red card and they lost that game 4-1 versus Montego Bay United. They followed up the next week, the following week, and got a victory over Molines United 3-1. That's right. Schoolboy football dominating so far. The JPL. And I say that tongue in cheek because Craig Butler and Lenny had to bring in some of the schoolboy players to fit into the lineup because they're having a bit of issue with getting some of their players that they have signed on the pitch for whatever reasons that's happening behind the scenes. That's for them to deal with. That's not for us to be concerned about. What we should be concerned about is what takes place on the pitch, and what took place on the pitch as I watched the game was a game that was in the first few minutes of the game. Before I get into that, smash that like button. I thank you so very much, each and every one of you that like, that comment, that subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it so very much. And each and every one that supports the channel appreciates you. So give yourself a pat on the back. I appreciate the love. Thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for another one. Because without him, none of this would be possible. Yeah? Whoever God is in your life, whoever the higher power is in your life, make sure you keep them first. Now let's get into the football. I watched the game. The first, I'd say 15 minutes of the game, 20 minutes of the game was, it's frantic. It's frantic football. Balls bouncing everywhere, bodies flying everywhere, just not a steady flow to the game. And as the game progressed, things started to settle down a little bit more, and Vere United started to get into the game. They started to get into the game, and thus they got the first goal that scored. A beautiful ball that was played on the inside, if I'm not mistaken. The winger played it in on the inside, turned onto it. Beautiful curling shot to the far post, beat the goalkeeper for one. The goal that scored on the second, the goal that scored for Molines was one of those goals where they weren't set. The team weren't set. They got caught on the back foot. They got caught scrambling. Vere United got caught scrambling. United FC, they got caught scrambling, and so they needed to figure it out. Before then, the ball was bouncing here, and the goalie was just out of position. Actually, he saved it. He saved it to a player coming. He knocked it into the top of the roof, 1-1. As you continue to go on, Denzel McKenzie started to put his imprint on the game. He started to put his imprint on the game. What you mean by that, Francis? I mean, he started to razzle dazzle. He started to use his youthfulness, his pace, his IQ, getting the ball to the players in the areas that need to be, whenever there needed to be a breakup play or there needed to be a breakout play. Denzel was definitely right there to lead the way. And he was rewarded with a goal, again coming in, standing in the box. Beautiful curling shot right against the post. There you go. And as the game continued, you can see Vere started to settle down. But Lenworth Hyde and Craig Butler, the technical director of Vere United FC, needed to dig deep. And they showed that they have a deep bag of talented players that they can draw on when needed. That they come in to win the league And they're looking to do it by any means necessary. I said they're looking to win the league, and they're looking to do it by any means necessary. The first week they lost 4-1. It was a ha 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 ha. Whoa, man, they look terrible. They look terrible. Only knowing that he had less than half the team he expected to be on the pitch for game 1. For game 2, same scenario, but instead he dipped into his Phoenix bag and pulled out some of them young, hungry, talented young men and said, listen, it's your time. Schoolboy football have now entered the Jamaica Premier League, which is professional football, and they show that they belong on the professional level. They show they belong on the professional level. So shout out to Vere. Second week, first win of the season. First win of the season. And if you look, they move on next week and they take on the Humble Lions. They take on the Humble Lions next week. Now, the game that everybody's waiting for. You can play yourself. I know, sir, foolish. The game that y'all are waiting for, the game I'm waiting for, is on November 10th. That is Vere United FC versus Cavaliers. November 10th. Circle it on your calendar. On your calendar, put an X or circle it, dot, whatever you got to do. But that's the game. Technical director, Craig Butler for Vere United FC. Technical director for Cavaliers, Rudolph Speed. Both teams going to be going up against each other for the first time. For the first time. I mean, that game got to be one of the most watched games probably in JPL history. The stadium has probably going to be extra packed on November 10th. So it's something for the fans to look forward to. And at the looks of it, it looks like the Cavaliers is going into the backyard of, well, they're going to be the away team versus Vere United. A beautiful thing. While we're on the topic of Vere United, we understand that Kyle Butler is making a return back to professional football. What does Kyle Butler have left? Does Kyle Butler still have the quality that he showed early on in his football career? The quality that gained him recognition, that gained him Europe seeking after his skill set, seeking after his football IQ and ability. Will we see Kyle Butler on the pitch dominating the JPL like how he was produced, like how he was built, like how he was trained and taught to do, dominate the game of football? But in this instance, it's in the JPL. How fit, how much games will it take for Kyle Butler not only to get on the pitch, but to get into match shape? The mentality to turn the switch back on and get into competitive mode, to be competitive and to work in training camp as he's been doing. What kind of quality are we going to see from Kyle Butler? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. 1, if you're excited to see Kyle Butler. 2, what kind of quality he's going to offer not only to Vere United, but to the JPL. And 3, can he be the X factor as to why Vere United competes for the JPL trophy? You guys let me know in the comment section. But I'm excited to see the young man back in his element, back to his first love, which is football, I'm assuming. And back to a comfortable place, man. Competition football. He played with a lot of great players that's playing in Europe. You've coached with a lot of players that's playing in Europe. And for whatever reason, it never happened for you. Like how I'm sure it was expected to happen. But it's your time to show them that, listen, cream always rises to the top. Cream always rises to the top. Whether you agree or disagree, let me know in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Let's conversate about it. But I'm excited to see Kyle Butler step on that pitch for Vere United and ball out. Yeah, ball out. I mean, beautiful passes, probably scoring the first time he touched the pitch, just getting on there and showing them boys, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that dude. They thought it was over, but guess who's back? Back again. Back again. And then after he dominates, all I want to hear is go beat the money! Go beat the money! Go beat the money! Go beat the money! Europe, come a calling. Yeah? That would be a story. Would it not? That would be a story. And I'm looking forward to it, man. You already know what it is. It's Francis. Next up, Sports Talk. Very United with the first win of the season. And they roll on. See how much wins they can rack up in a row. And I'm excited. I can't wait to see Kyle Butler on the pitch. And yeah, that's right. The schoolboy has entered the JPL. They dominate. Peace and love, man. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. You already know what it is. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Vere United. First win of the season versus Molans United. And Kyle Butler looking to make that return to football. Competitive football. Not coaching. Not directing. But competitive. The director on the pitch. I'm going to catch you on the next one. I'm outie.
This next up, sports talk, yeah, homie, now that's us. You ain't tuning in, then you're hustling backwards. We always keep it poppin', tell your partner to slide through. Every sporting event, just hit us up and we got you. Cause we what? Next up, next up, yeah, next up, next up, yeah, next up, next up, yeah, next up, next up. Next up, sports talk. Don't even trill, homie, we got you. Yeah.